Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another review by Purecast9. In this episode, I'm going to give you my review of the Sound One drum. So it is a portable Bluetooth speaker from the house of Sound One, and they call it the drum because, well, it looks like a drum, it's shaped like a drum, it's cylindrical, it's got fabric all over its body, a bit of matte plastic on the top and bottom, and at the absolute top where it houses the multifunction buttons, this part is made of soft matte silicone and it's got LEDs below, so they glow even in the dark. So navigation in absolute darkness is very easy. But for me, I found that the flashy LED lights are a bit too much. I would have really appreciated if the lights were constant instead of constantly changing. Now it is a 10-watt speaker and it offers you a host of connectivity options apart from Bluetooth. So you've got a dedicated USB port, you've got a micro SD card slot, you've got an aux port, and you've got inbuilt FM. So it's the entire package. I think you couldn't ask anything more from this speaker. Only thing it doesn't give you is a IPX water and dust resistance, but I mean, that's asking too much, although that would have been really appreciated. Now the quality of the speaker does feel really good. It doesn't feel cheap by any means. It's quite big, but it's light. It's got a nylon strap and the finish of the fabric is really good throughout the body, but at the seams, the finish could have been a bit better. I mean, it looks like it's just been stitched in a hurry. So that being said, I'm going to go into the sound test. I'm going to play 3 tracks. You guys are going to listen to them, form your judgment. And once we are done, I'm going to come back and give you my verdict on how it sounded in person, how it produced the 3 frequencies, the highs, the mids and the lows, and ultimately, should you get this speaker. So without further ado, let's get straight into the sound test. So there you have it guys, that was the sound test of the Sound One drum. Now, something I didn't mention before we did the sound test is that one of the main gripes I have, and I have to tell you this before I give you my verdict of how it produced the sound, is that this is a stereo speaker. So it's got 2 5-watt drivers packed inside and a passive bass radiator, which is really good. But one big mistake they made in terms of placing the speaker driver units is that both the speaker driver units and the passive bass radiator are placed right under the Sound One logo. So if you are sitting in front of the Sound One logo, if you're facing the front of the speaker, you're going to get the full range of the sound, the entire loudness as well. And the bass is obviously going to resonate from the surface. But if you're sitting behind or on the sides of the speaker, you're not going to get the full range of the sound, and the loudness also reduces a tad bit. So intelligent would have been if they placed the speaker driver units on either side, whether it's left or right or front and back. That would have been better, because there could be people sitting in a circle and that would have given you the 360-degree sound experience. They haven't really done justice to this design by just placing the driver units in one direction vertically, one above the other. Now let's talk about the sound. So in terms of the highs are not super sharp. They don't hurt your ears. They're not over-processed. They're audible. But one consistent thing that I noticed is that it lacks the quality. I mean, because I've heard so many Bluetooth speakers over the years, I can judge good quality highs from something that definitely has room for improvement. So the Sound One drum, although it produces highs which are pleasant, they don't hurt your ears if you're listening to them constantly, they don't offer the best quality. Now coming to the mids and the vocals, they are also not over processed, but I feel they're a bit too shy. The vocals could have been a bit more crisp. They could have. Okay, that was a bike passing by. I'm so sorry. So like I was saying, the vocals are a bit too shy. They are a bit too blunt. They could have used a bit more sharpness, and the quality of the vocals could have been definitely much better. I'm not saying they are bad by any means, but they could have been better. It could have sounded a bit more crisp and could have retained the tonal quality of the voice as it sounds, as we've heard in number of Bluetooth speakers, even in the same price range. Now coming to the bass is not overwhelming, but the bass is not absent. The bass is there, it's punchy, and it's got the thump. So for a portable Bluetooth speaker, you would definitely be satisfied. Keeping it on a surface, especially a wooden surface, the bass is present, and I was just about satisfied. I wouldn't say it's the best bass I've heard, and by no means is it the worst. I mean, I've heard worse bass on other speakers, Bluetooth speakers. It's right there, comfortably sitting midway somewhere. So all in all, the sound of the Sound One drum, I would rate it a 3 out of 5. It's average. It's not great. It definitely has room for improvement. It has definitely room for improving the quality of the 3 frequencies. And at max volume, in which you heard the tests, there was very less or almost no crackling on any track. There was just one track, I don't know if you noticed, where there was just a tad bit of crackling at times. But trust me guys, there was more crackling on other speakers that I've reviewed. So in that sense, the mids performed much better than the other speakers that I've reviewed here on my channel. Still, they do have room for improvement. Now the bass at max volume does get a bit distorted, which is a bit disappointing. But if you're listening to it at a distance, you won't notice that. If you really come close and you're really assessing the frequencies, you can understand that the bass suffers a bit of distortion at max volume. So I suggest if you keep the volume at 80%, you won't face that problem at all. Anyway guys, that was the review. The link to the Sound One drum is in the description below. If you do decide to buy the speaker, and by all means, I would not suggest you against it. For a price of $19.90, this is the package. You know, the host of connectivity features with average sound quality. It's not great, but it's not bad either. It is definitely worth buying, you know, considering the price point. So if you do decide to buy it, please use the link given below, because that will help me run this channel and I can produce more content just for you guys. As always, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.